I've waited way too long to be able to say that I'm in my 30-something week of pregnancy. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, my name is Alexis. I'm 19 and I am 29 weeks pregnant with my son. Sorry if I don't seem like super energetic or anything. This week has been kind of tough, honestly, being pregnant. It's just been hard. It hurts and I feel pregnant. But I just couldn't today and I finally napped. And although I was napping, I was still kind of awake. So I'm still kind of tired. So yeah, and then my voice kind of sounds weird, sorry. I'm 29 weeks pregnant today, which means I have 71 days to go from today. It says your baby's about the size of a butternut squash. Your baby now weighs about 2.5 pounds and is a tad over 15 inches long from head to heel. His muscles and lungs are continuing to mature and his head is growing bigger to make room for his developing brain. To meet his increasing nutritional demands, you'll need plenty of protein, vitamin C, folic acid, and iron. And because his bones are soaking up lots of calcium, be sure to drink your milk or find another good source of calcium, such as cheese, yogurt, or enriched orange juice. This trimester, about 250 milligrams of calcium are deposited into your baby's hardening skeleton each day. That information was from the app called the Baby Center, and this information I'm about to give you is from the app called the Bump. The Bump says that my baby is as big as an acorn squash. Baby's getting a little cramped in there, given how fast he or she's growing, but you'll probably already realize that since you're feeling all those kicks and jabs. Baby's growing white fat deposits under his skin and his or her energy is surging because of it. Feeling a subtle twitch, it might be baby hiccuping. Baby already measures about 15.2 to 16.7 inches long. Right now, baby weighs about 2.5 to 3.8 pounds, but still got a ways to go. Can you believe baby will triple in weight before birth? So I think my worst symptom this week has been my hips. They have been hurting so bad I could cry. Like, they really have been hurting so bad. I guess it's just like, my pelvic is still separating and making room for a baby's head to come through it. And then when I sleep at night, when I'm laying on my hips, there's a lot of pressure put on my hips, which I read can like kind of slip them out of the joint or whatever, and that can cause the pain. And so when I went to the doctor, had an appointment this week, he was asking how I was doing, and I was like, I'm good, but my hips have been hurting so bad when I sleep. And he's like, well, I'm sorry to tell you this, but it's not going to get any better. And then he suggested me using pillows, which I already do, and it just hurts really, really bad. Really, really bad. Then along with the hip pain on my back, I had this weird tingly sharp pain, and it only happened like 1 or 2 days, but it was really uncomfortable and I did not like that. And then on top of that, my ribs over here started tingling even when I'm not laying on them. So I had all 3 of those things going on at once, and my pelvic area is hurting. It feels like really sore and it hurts if I try to move. Sometimes it used to hurt when I walk. It hasn't hurt when I'm walking this week, but it does hurt if I'm like in bed and trying to move around. So for like 1 or 2 days, I had all of those like symptoms at once. His kicks are definitely stronger and I feel them like crazy. You can see them really well. I didn't get any good footage of him moving this week, and I didn't even actually like really pay attention to watching him this week because his movements are strong, but instead of like fast like kicking, it's like real slow strong movements, like he's rolling or something. But I can definitely feel him, and I know now that like the reason I haven't been feeling like those crazy kicks is because his head is up here and his feet are in my pelvic region, which is why I was feeling light kicks on my bladder and in that area, and his feet give like the strongest kicks. So like his arms are up here, but like if he punches me, it's not the same as like his feet just yet, and so that could explain why I haven't been getting like those crazy insane movements, but they're still definitely very strong. Also, something that's pretty cool is like, since I know his positioning and he is bigger, I've been getting these movements where it's like pressure, like he's like pushing on my belly, and so I can feel like his body part and I can feel his head. Right now I can't, but it will start to feel like pressure, and then if I start like poking at it, you can tell the difference. This side will be like, I mean, my whole belly's hard now, but this side will be like squishy compared to the right side, and it's hard, and you can see, like, you can feel his round head. I have been having hot flashes. I've been sleeping like without hardly any blanket and the fan right on me. A couple nights I slept with an ice pack and minimal clothing, and I'm just so hot. And even in my car yesterday, I started getting a hot flash, but I was freezing because I was hot, so I put on the air conditioner, and I was so cold, but I was still sweating so much. It's been hard to breathe this week. The shortness of breath, like I mentioned in my last video, has definitely come back. And now it also makes even more sense since his head is right here, right under my lungs. So I'm sure that like contributes to it, but I really have not been able to breathe very well. And it's really uncomfortable when your body's already aching, and then on top of that you can't breathe, and it's a struggle. It's hard for me to move in bed going from side to side into my back. I literally have to like slowly roll, and then I don't even know how to explain it. Like I definitely can tell that it's hard for me to move. It's difficult to move. It's difficult to bend down. I bent down and I like hurt my back, and it hurt really bad for like a day and a half. So squatting is the way, my friends, if you want to get something off the floor. My fingers and my hands, I think, are kind of starting to like swell or get fat, because right now, right now they're a little bit swollen. I can tell because of how my rings fit. But I was with Gio, and we were at church with him, with his family, and I was like just sitting there staring at my ring, and I moved it, and like right now I have like indentation. I don't know if you can see it. It's like right here. You can see it better in person. I have an indentation, and this ring is usually a little bit loose, and I can't wear it on my ring finger because it's too big. So I have it on my middle finger, and even then it does slide side to side. But right now it's pretty stuck, and there's the indentation. And then on this finger, it doesn't have the indentation really, but it doesn't slide as much side to side, and usually this one's pretty slippy too. And so I did take them off because I was scared they were gonna get stuck, and then my fingers went back to normal. So I'm not really sure exactly what that's about. I don't know if it's like they're swelling or if I'm just getting fat. Like I mentioned, I did have an appointment. It was my 30-week appointment, but I go on the odd week because when I first went to the doctor I was 5 weeks, and so that's why it falls on an odd week. And baby was good, his heartbeat was good. I don't know his weight or anything. I forgot to ask. Usually they tell me, but this same doctor like never mentions it, and then it just slips my mind. And my appointments are every 2 weeks now. Like I mentioned in my last video, I was 134 at my last appointment, and at this most recent one I was 138, I believe. So I gained about 4 pounds in 2 weeks. They haven't said nothing about my weight. And I got my results for my diabetes test, and it was negative, so I don't have gestational diabetes, which I didn't think that I did. I do eat like tons of sugar, to be honest. The other thing that goes in with this is I'm always so thirsty. I have water right here with me, and my voice feels really shaky. Like I feel like right now like it kind of sounds shaky, and I think it's just because like I'm tired and I'm kind of hurting, and it's harder for me to breathe. So I think that's why I sound like this, but it really annoys me. It really annoys me. Like I can hardly listen to myself. Like while I'm talking, I'm like, fix your voice, but it's just how it is. Also, none of my clothes fit now. Like these leggings you're gonna see me in, I'm always wearing these leggings. I'm always wearing these t-shirts, and my leggings are starting to hurt me. Like they're not like stretching enough anymore. And I was in the car the other day, and I literally wanted to take my pants off in the car. I didn't, but they were hurting me, and I have nothing to wear, and it just sucks. I feel like I sound like I'm just complaining a lot, which I am, because symptoms usually aren't like a good thing, symptoms for anything. But I do love being pregnant. There's plenty of like good things, and the good does outweigh the bad. Like I do like being pregnant. Okay, so let's give you the belly shot. Here's the front. My belly wants to poke through, if you can see it down there. Here's the side. Here's the other side. Here's the front again. This is the line. I haven't mentioned it in like any of my recent videos, but it's definitely darker. And this really dark spot is my belly button piercing, and it really stretched and it's like really dark. So I know it looks painful and gross, but it doesn't hurt. And here's my belly button, which is definitely an outie. Belly from the side. Belly from the front again. And then here's belly from this side. So I don't even know how accurate I am when I do this. I know like midwives or whatever measure it like this, like your fundal height or whatever. My doctor's never done that. Okay, so it says I'm about 39 inches around, but like I mentioned, I don't know how to do this. I just try to do it. So that means my belly grew an inch, I believe. I think I was 38 inches last week. So he's definitely had a growth spurt up in there. And like I mentioned, not sure how correct I do this. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. I try to post Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, but I don't for whatever reason. You can usually count my bump dates at least to be up. And I'll see you all in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.